G'day YouTube, it's Shane here once again, and today I'm on my way to a soup kitchen where I volunteer once a month, and I've been a client of theirs for quite a number of years, and about 5 years ago I decided to do the right thing and give something back to the community and things like that. It's really cool. You get a 3-course meal, including dessert, and you can sit down. There's knives and forks. Sit down at the table, and it's all a bit more polite and civilized than what they'd been doing previously, where a food van will just rock up and dish out sandwiches and stuff like that. This is a bit more civilized. I'm going to do a bit of a catch-up video because what I'm thinking of doing is just talking about what I've been up to lately. This usual story, and I'm rambling. The FIFA Women's World Cup is finished for this year, and Australia won the World Cup, which is awesome, the Women's World Cup, and it's great to see that there is a space for women in sport and things like that. Now, I'd been working at the Hindmarsh Stadium, just selling beer, alcohol, and other soft drinks and things like that as people come up, and it's not a bad job. But it can get a bit hectic, and the staff that I was working with were fantastic. Some of the supervisors were a bit narky, like it's all about presentation and things like that. And when you're under the pump, it's a bit hard to think about presentation when people are wanting drinks and drinks and drinks. And they were putting limits on how many cartons we could open and things like that. But it was crazy, right? And they were, the last game they ran out of Fanta, they ran out of other soft drinks and other things. Now, as a result of this, wind is really annoying me. I hope it's not annoying you guys. I apologise. I swear, like, now the wind is sort of dying down a little bit. Now, normally what I'd do is I'd stop the video and start recording when the wind dropped dead, and then it would just start up again. I never intend to have wind across my microphones and stuff like that. It's just annoying. But anyway, I've given up drinking Coca-Cola and Pepsi Max. I used to drink Coke No Sugar and Pepsi Max. I didn't have a preference. It was just because they were the sugar-free varieties and it was better for my type 2 diabetes. But now, because of the antics, this is ridiculous. The FIFA World Cup, right, is sponsored by Coca-Cola. So because it's sponsored by Coca-Cola, they had this no logo policy. So you had to hide all your logos and insignias and stuff like that. But to the point where I caught a woman putting these little stickers over the PepsiCo label of packets of Smith's chips, because PepsiCo owns Smith's chips, but they were still selling chips, right? But they had to hide the logo in case someone went, oh, they looked at this tiny little logo and went, you know what, I'd like you to get a Pepsi, but they can't because it's a Coke sponsored event. And I just went, in my head, you know what, I don't really want to support any of this silliness. And I decided from that day forward not to not to support these companies as much as possible. Now, you soon find out that Coca-Cola owns a lot of bottled water factories like Pump and Mount Franklin, and so I'm trying to find Adelaide-based water companies, bottled water companies, as much as possible. Now, obviously I need to be bringing my own water everywhere, so I don't have to rely on that, but some venues have you pouring out your drinks and things for security reasons. But I also think that it's partially to dehydrate children so that they will, out of thirst, naturally go for the Coca-Cola products. It's pretty sinister, if true. That's just my thoughts, that's just my opinion, allegedly, and all the rest of it. But yeah, I got my responsible person badge, which means that I can get supervisor positions when they are in places where they're serving alcohol. And I also had an interview on Wednesday, and it went well. It was a video interview, it went well, with this woman in Melbourne. And so she wanted 2 supervisor level references, and one of my references sent me a text message saying that she got a call, she gave me a good reference and all that rest of it. So that's one of them down, that's amazing. And I haven't heard back from the second reference. Now the second reference is a bit more higher up. She's probably not going to answer phone calls or strange emails and stuff like that. So it's a bit of a nightmare, because the higher you go up the corporate level, the higher you go up the corporate ladder, the stupider and more ineffectual you seem to be. Answering emails should have been a no-brainer. Answering phone calls, it's also a no-brainer, and things like that. So the cutoff for the enrolment was Friday, and I haven't heard back from them since. And so tomorrow, because today is Sunday, tomorrow on Monday, I'm going to be emailing them and saying, look, so what's going on? I know you've got at least one good reference. Now what the thing is, right, common sense would have dictated that you didn't actually need the second reference, right? All you needed was enough to go, okay, your one will do. You then you go to the next step, right? And many companies don't even bother with references these days, right? It's just a formality. It's just a stumbling block. It's the same with driver's licenses and things like that. If you don't have a driver's license, it can be used against you. Now, it's illegal to discriminate against people who don't have a driver's license. It's also illegal to discriminate against people who have disabilities, but people do. And I don't know. Now, a lot of the time I just lie on these forms because I don't think they're going to get very far anyway. Now, but it's part of me improving my life. I do try to be as honest as I possibly can, because I know that for legal reasons, if anything happens or if they start checking up or whatever, then who knows. But there's a lot of stuff that's not really relevant to the position, so I just don't include that stuff. So anyway, I'm going to stop this. It's been 10 minutes. Look after yourselves. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.